To ask you is what led you to the streets at a young age?
The people I was around, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Friends. It was like peer pressure, I guess. Peer pressure, and I didn't even realize it was peer pressure. It's just what my friends was doing.
It was one point in your life you was a low hanging fruit.
Hmm.
And for the people that don't know what a low hanging fruit, explain what a low hanging fruit is.
Well, I feel like at one point, us growing up, we're all low hanging fruit. You know what I mean? We
Okay.
easy to reach. You know
Okay.
what I mean? And that's what I call low hanging fruit. People that's easy to reach, where it's easy to get to you. You know what I mean? Or you're a promiscuous person. You know what I mean? It's easy to get sex from you, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Right.
low hanging fruit on both sides. And a lot of the time, we tend to get into relationships with low hanging fruit and wind up in a bad relationship. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? There's some stuff that we wound up not in. You wind up with a bitter baby mama or a deadbeat baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't take the time out to vet if this brother is responsible. You didn't take the time out to vet if this brother can hold a household down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't take the time out to vet. You just opened your legs. Low
Right.
hanging fruit. You know what I mean? And like I say, man, it could be the same way. You got promiscuous women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't display the right qualities, or you don't take the time out to see if they got the right qualities. A lot of the time, I like to say, when I was young, um, I had no clue who I was going to evolve to by the time I turned 35 or 40, right?
Right.
So how could I find a woman that would be right for me at that age anyway?
Yeah.
Dig how deep that is?
No, no, no,
You know
no,
what I'm
that's
saying?
deep.
If you don't know who you're gonna be, how you gonna find what's right for you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say take your time and vet people. Like
Yeah.
how good are they? Like how well do y'all mesh?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm weak here, does she pick it up here? Or if
Yeah.
I can't go there, can she? You know what I mean? Or
Right.
he? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a two-way street.
I
It
agree.
took me a long time to start understanding that too. Because growing up in our community, you know what I mean? You a player or you a pimp, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You got women doing this, women doing that, and
Right.
we get away from, you know what I'm saying, a two-way relationship with it.
So then I want to ask you too, when you mentioned about, in our community, like we be like in our community, we be considered as a pimp or as a player if we got women doing all these things, right? So what I want to ask you is what led you to the streets at a young age?
The people I was around, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Friends. It was like peer pressure, I guess. Peer pressure, and I didn't even realize it was peer pressure. It's just what my friends was doing. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go do it too.
So like,
Getting involved too.
so you was kind of like lost at one point in your life.
Of course, of course. You know what I mean? Growing up, most of us are. Some of us, you know what I'm saying, we have the right upbringing. But even still, when you got the right upbringing, I know people who was in church,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, Christians, who was Muslims, you know what I'm saying, both, and they was in the streets too at some point, and they was brought up right, you know what I mean? That's why I was going to say, I feel like most young people, when you young, you're lost, because again, you don't know
I
who
agree to
you even
that.
finna be.
Yeah, I
You
agree to
see
that.
what I'm saying? And I ain't saying that as a knock or nothing.
Yeah.
Because listen, I love everybody, young, old, you know what I'm saying? My goal is to get people off on the right path. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not you want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't. But I have an obligation, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is OG shit. We don't glorify what we've been through, we teach. You know what I'm saying? So it's for me to teach a better route.
Yeah.
If I know a way, it's for at least speak it, at least present it. You see what I'm saying?
Definitely. No, definitely.
Now you could take it if you want. If you don't, leave it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because one thing I like about your generation is that y'all was able to take constructive criticism. Some, not all, but some. You know what I'm saying? But now, like the time, my era, like even even the era that's after me, like they just a lot of young folks don't know how to take criticism, and I feel like my opinion, that builds character. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you trying to find who you are, you got people around you to able to tell you about yourself, and you can change your behavior, change your ways, and change how you think. And one of the things you shared with me was you had uh, committed an armed robbery as a teenager. So you can remember. Can you take me during that time? What was you thinking for you to make that type of decision?
Shit, I don't even know what the hell I was thinking doing that, man. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you know, like it was just me and my mother. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it was food at the house. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't hungry.
Okay.
Like I say, it was my friends was doing this, and you know, we grew up riding dirt bikes, riding skateboards, playing football together, and we just getting older. You know what I mean? We got to a point where we walking around the neighborhood looking for people we know wasn't from there. You know what I mean? So it was like, I don't know, maybe it was some anger in there. You know what I mean?
And how old were you when you did that?
Man, shit, we was 14, 13, 14.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So again, lost. You know what I'm saying? We just having fun doing we running and laughing, running away laughing and shit.
So how did y'all get caught?
How?
Yeah.
Well, one of my friends got caught. And you know what I'm saying? It was the trickle down the thing by then, you know what I mean? I got caught. They was looking for me for a couple months, right? So I got caught for one thing, and then they wound up adding some stuff because somebody else, another one of my friends got caught and told on something else that we did.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Streets don't really love you, man. You just think your friends do, you know?
Damn. So like, have you seen those guys since?
Nah, not those same ones. Actually, one of them, yeah. You know what I mean? One of my partners, yeah. But he never went out foul like that. All the ones that went out foul, nobody really heard too much else about.
Damn.
That's some, you know what I mean, kind of ironic, right?
Yeah.
But that's something the streets will show you too, you know what I mean? If you out here living foul, you ain't living right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll take you under.
So I'm just curious, like, what did your mom have to say about all this?
She didn't like this shit at all, you know what I'm saying? But see, my mother, I'm gonna tell you, my whole life, my mother was always my biggest supporter, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't always doing the right shit. She'd tell me she ain't like it, but she wouldn't talk shit about me for doing it at the same time. You know?
That's dope.
By this time I was about grown. You know what I mean? When I started getting off like that, she ain't know I was doing all that shit. You know what I mean? When I was 14, before I went to Wales, she ain't know about all that. That was a surprise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because, you know, most parents don't know how their kids really act when they not in their home.
Right, yeah. You know, we try to teach our kids, and I know this now, you know what I mean? We try to teach our kids the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, this is what OGs is all about. Our mama was our first real OG. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so where were your pops?
Well, my father wasn't really around, but we still was in contact every so often, but it wasn't an everyday thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't everyday conversations. Maybe that would have made a difference. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but you know what I mean? I just feel like this, right?
Yeah.
I don't get mad at what my parents did or didn't know. You know what I mean? All I know is they did what they knew.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can.
Like, we don't always know the best. You know what I'm saying? We just do what we feel is best at the moment.
At the moment, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we wrong too.
No, facts, and I agree to that. Yeah.
Sometimes the shit we do traumatizing too, and we don't know it.
Yeah.
Because we ain't all the way right too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a lifelong journey building yourself up to be the best version of yourself.
So you have children?
Yeah, I got two.
Oh, still okay. No, I agree because my dad said something to me. He said a book was given on how to be a parent.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So as I got older, I have let a lot of things go with my parents because they did the best they could. It's not like they intentionally did certain stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understood. Yeah, I definitely understand. And it made me more compassion.
You know, we got to remember, you know, life experiences traumatize people, and trauma make you react in different ways. So a lot of the time, you know what I mean, when our parents was doing some foul shit and we kind of knew it was foul, they didn't know it.
Yeah, I agree to that.
Because it was a natural reaction to something that they done been through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain, you know?
No, definitely.
But trauma make you react.
No, definitely, man. And I believe if kids have a better understanding of that, it'll help them to forgive their parents. Because
Yeah.
most kids would be like, oh, how come my mom did this and she ain't like it, or my dad, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
they were still learning themselves.
And
You know what I'm
see,
saying?
and that's the thing too. That go hand in hand with the criticism about how you say that this generation and that generation being able to accept the criticism. Accountability done got taken away from the community. You know what I'm saying? Accountability. Nobody wants to be accountable for the shit they do. That's why, you know what I mean, on social media, whenever somebody do something stupid on the internet, it get blasted. Everybody pointing the finger at that. You know what I mean? And we point the finger like this so people don't look at us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
And as far as criticism, you know, I feel like criticism is only here to make us better.
I agree.
Because what somebody is criticizing about you could be a flaw
Right.
that you may need to work on that you don't see even.
I agree.
You
I
know
definitely
what I'm
agree to that.
saying?
I definitely agree. Yeah.
So we do have to look at criticism different, but you have to be able to be accountable to your own shit
Yeah,
to
definitely.
be able to accept it or make the criticism useful.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I believe criticism makes you grow. Makes you a better human
Definitely.
being.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So, one of the things you shared with me, you sell drugs, right? So, what led you to that path?
Let me see. I started selling joints in high school.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, me and my guys smoked weed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was some brothers at the schoolhouse who smoked weed, so we started rolling up joints and popping these joints off at school. Then it turned into bags of weed. And then got out of high school, the money started growing and it turned into weight. You know what I'm saying? Pounds of weed, and you know what I mean? And then now, you know what I mean, that crack epidemic was heavy back then. So you know what I'm saying? Now we really getting it. We ain't in school no more. We got dope house. Let's get it cracking.
Yeah.
So it just took over. Like, you know what I mean? I always said that the hustler was more of a fiend than the fiend.
Why is that?
Cause see, for one, you know what I mean, we fiend for the money. You know what I'm saying? We want the money. And then when we ain't got nothing for the fiend, shit, we really looking for that shit. Just like the fiend.
So, by you saying the hustlers are more of a fiend,
Yeah,
then
because we fiend for the money and the product to sell to the fiend.
so when they don't get the money, then that's when they start doing different things to get the money, like robbery and all this type of shit.
That's usually how it work
Yeah, okay,
out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's usually how it work out.
No, okay, damn, I never thought about it like that.
Because you know, you get used to a lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like if you eating steaks and shit, you know what I'm saying? Hamburger helper ain't gonna be too much fun. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you can I'm not trying to make you glorify. I'm just curious.
Right.
But if you can remember how much you made in a day.
Shit, I don't know. It's like different periods. And I wasn't the biggest dope dealer either. You know what I'm saying? I never had a whole brick to myself.
Yeah, okay.
Damn close to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? But the most I would say, the most in a day probably may have been about 5 racks, somewhere around in that area. You know what I mean? And that ain't nothing that happened often for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it may have just been some circumstances where it really popped off like that.
Yeah, damn. So like while you was making these type of decisions, was there signs that you was heading into the wrong path? Because before
Man, it was signs, but you know, at that point you don't see them. Like I say, you looking for the money. Again, we the bigger fiend than the fiend. We don't even see the danger in it all. You know what I mean? Like, just think about it, man. You know what I mean? You hustling, you selling dope. Now you selling dope to other niggas who sell dope, right?
Yeah.
And like, again, you know, when motherfucker money get low, they may go to robbery. You know what I mean? The stick up shit. You go in a door, you don't know if you coming back out that motherfucker really. But how often do a nigga do it?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? You just don't think about the dangers of it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's a dark side to this shit too. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers' families get tied up over this money and shit. Kidnapped and shit. You know what I mean? I done seen some cold shit over the years. That's why I got trust issues to this day. You know what I mean? And you gotta a lot of motherfuckers that come from that type of shit, a lot of people that come from that type of stuff, you know what I mean, you're gonna find got trust issues. It's hard to let people in, especially you done been to prison. It's really, you really develop this shell where it's hard to let people in. It's hard to show emotion, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to develop friendships, develop bonds, you know what I'm saying? It's, again, it's trauma make you act in a different way.
So I'm about to ask you that. It sounds like you traumatized
Of course.
by the past situation. I believe
But
that's
check my bag, but you know,
No, you
the
good.
change comes when you understand it, when you can accept it, when you can be accountable with the shit. You know what I'm saying? To know, like, yeah, that's me. Being accountable now for my shit. You know what I'm saying? So now I can start to work on it because I know I got a problem. And that's usually how it works. You know what I'm saying? Once you understand you got a problem, that's when the change begins.
definitely, man. So like, how did you get caught selling drugs?
Oh shit, it's crazy. It was a wild story. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I found out that you could get more money in Green Bay, a lot more money than you could here for this shit. So I met this girl up there, and she convinced me to come on up there one weekend. So I went, and it went down. So I went back and stayed, and now I'm back and forth, Milwaukee and Green Bay, a few times a week, you know? And I met this motherfucker up there. His friend had a motel shop, like with about 12 rooms on it, one of them little small motel things. And his house sat right there on the property.
Yeah.
So he left out of town, and the guy who I knew, he let him stay in the house and watch the motel for him. So while he was out of town, he told me, he said, hey man, you come over here and do your thing, and it won't be no problem. It was ducked off. It was a slick little spot too, right? So one night, he came to the motel room where I was at, and he had a Rolex. You know, I'm like, man, I'm from Milwaukee. They got fake Rolexes all the time. This shit ain't real, you know what I mean? So he was like, well, I'll tell you what, we can go to the dealer in the morning. We went to the dealer, and the motherfucker told me it was worth 5 racks. Really? He said, if you could wait till Tuesday, it was Friday. He said, if you wait till Tuesday, my boss will give you $5,000 for this watch. It's an old Rolex, but that's how much he'd give you. So I'm like, all right, bet. Went back. Now this motherfucker owed me $400, and he told me give him 4 8-balls. Gave him 4 8-balls. Okay, about a week or two later, his guy came back. My watch gone. Called the police, and he told the police, well, this is the only person that had access. They got him, and he told them he sold me the watch. He owed me $400 and give him 4 8-balls, and I could get the watch. So that's when the task force got in and made them buy something from me. And that's how I got popped off.
Damn. So
Crazy, whacked out shit you never think of that you don't even see coming. The game ain't worth it. And then all the money a motherfucker was making, man, I had to spend that shit. Like, you know what I mean? You do time, man. You know what I mean? The money go.
damn. So you ain't see the signs of him like looked nervous. He just looked cool, calm, collective.
Man, shit. He pulled up. Look, when he did it, you know what I'm saying? He sat in the car like he usually do. Gave me the money, I gave him this shit. This time I'm walking back across the parking lot. When I got arrested, they showed me pictures of me walking across the parking lot.
Damn.
And shit. You know what I mean? They came in old girl house with guns drawn and all kind of shit, AKs on her kids' stomachs and all kind of wild ass shit. Hey, funny story about that. You know, they went down in the basement. They were searching the house, tearing the house up down in the basement. And then the dude that was downstairs, he hollered out. He said, I got it. Now, a girl who I was messing with called herself trying to help me out. She was like, oh, that's mine, just mine, just mine. She was thinking it was a little bit or something. Man, that motherfucker come up with this big-ass Ziploc bag of dope. You know what I'm saying? She looked at it. He was like, this is yours? She said, no, that's not mine.
Damn.
It was a wrap for me at that point. You know what I mean? But like I say, you know, that shit, it wasn't worth it. You know what I mean? A lot of people like to tell the glory side, the fun side, the fun shit they did, man. But I'm going to tell you, it's a lot of heartache in that shit.
Yeah,
it's a
I
lot of
believe
headache, stressing, you know what I'm saying?
Paranoia.
Like, shit, I still drive down the street and I stay in my rear view mirrors looking for police and I'm legal. You know what I'm saying? It's just a habit.
Damn. So that girl who was, with you at that time, have y'all spoke?
Right when I got out, you know what I'm saying? We hollered a little bit, but that was about it. I wasn't going back up there. It was a wrap. That was the only thing I was messing with her for.
Oh, okay, damn.
It was a place to be up there.
So so I should have asked you this. What was your first thought when the police? So you walking back to your car, right? And the police come and
Now, I was walking back to the house.
Oh, back to your house?
Yeah, I ain't letting nobody come to the house. I would take a walk and go do it if I was at home and it was somebody, you know what I mean, who I would fuck with like that.
Oh.
But I was at her house, not my house.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, this the reason I'm up there. Like
Okay.
She was the reason. Her house was the reason. One of the reasons for me being able to go back and forth.
So as you walk into the house and the police just came, right? What was your first?
No, they came after I got back in the house and sat down for a couple minutes. Then they rushed that motherfucker.
Oh, so when they bust in, you thought what you was thinking? What was your first?
I had already been in a few raids. Me and my niggas had drug houses since we was 19. Okay. So you know what I mean. I had been in 5 drug raids in my whole lifetime. So I wasn't scared. I just knew what the drill was. I knew I was finna go down for it because she wasn't finna take the rap. She don't know to shut the fuck up and don't say nothing, but she couldn't because it was her house anyway. Your house, your shit, unless you tell who it is. She got kids, you know what I mean? That's why I say I knew it was a rap for me. Now when all of my other raids, the police came, they done found shit. No, but we all knew not to say nothing. This ain't our house. We ain't got none of the keys in our pockets. You know what I'm saying? And ain't none of our name on shit in here. He just here. This ain't my house. I don't know what the fuck this.
Damn. So when they gave you your time, they gave you 2 years. What was your thought? You was pretty relieved?
Well, at that time, when I at that point, I was tired. You know what I mean? It's like I've been in and out of the county jail, and the house of correction and shit so many times, and I never been arrested for the same thing twice.
Okay.
Except for driving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at that point, I'm like, man, I'm tired of this shit. Period. Like prison, this shit wasn't for me. You know what I mean?
So how old were you at
that time? I was about 31, 32, I want to say. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote, me and my cousin was corresponding. He was been locked up. He just got out last year, as a matter of fact, after 36 years. Damn. So me and him was writing while I was locked up. And I asked him about some books that I should be looking. What kind of books could I look for? Because I was in a reading. I like reading, man. I tell you, reading used to take me over them walls. You know what I'm saying? Like while you reading, it's like watching a movie. When you reading, you're really in it though, because it's a weird thing. You know what I mean? So he gave me a list of some books. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple awakening books, I want to call them. You know what I mean? Okay. And one book that I feel like really started changing my trajectory was the Nile Valley's contribution to the Western civilization. You know what I'm saying? And this book, it talked about all the different stuff that this government stole from Africa.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The different monuments, the ideas, the images, you know what I'm saying? So that just started sparking shit. And then I'm looking for other books that he's saying. You know what I mean? Now it's like, I'm tired of going to jail. You know what I'm saying? When I get out, I'm finna start get to popping with this cleaning service or whatever. But I started it before I went in. My cousin was working it while I was out.
Got it. There. So what was one of the darkest moments you faced while locked up?
The beginning, knowing I got all this time in front of me.
2 years?
Sitting in Dodge. You know, Dodge was a intake facility where you go to Dodge, they give you multiple interviews and decide which prison you're going to go to.
Yeah.
And in there, you know what I mean, everything is the whole pretty much. 23 in, 1 out. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm assuming you've been in the hole before.
Well, that was the hole. That's how they do you in the hole. 23 hours in, 1 hour out a day.
Damn.
Yeah, that's cold. And you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you some other more wild shit about my thing in Dodge. You only supposed to be there about 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dog, I was in that motherfucker for like 8 weeks.
Why?
I had no fucking idea. I'm watching motherfuckers come in and out. You know what I mean? I'm getting pissed. When the fuck want to get the fuck out of here and go to the prison?
Yeah.
But that's crazy how they have you feeling. You know what I mean? Like you can't wait to get to the.
So, cause a relative told me, he was like, he described what prison was like. He was saying like, lock yourself up in a closet and let somebody tell you when you can to come out. So that's how it is.
That's pretty much how it is. Yeah, that door locked. Ain't nothing you could do. Ain't nothing you could tell them that's gonna make them come open that door. My homeboy Terrell Thomas, T-Buck.
Right.
You remember a while back when the brother they dehydrated him. They didn't give him no water for a week, and he died in the county jail.
That sounds familiar.
That was my homeboy, my best friend. You know what I'm saying? He was down there in the county jail, and see what happened was, I'm gonna tell you what goes on, and this was that situation. They cut the water off in the cell, and it was off for a week. You know what I mean?
It was intentional?
Yeah. This is what happened. He started flooding the toilet. You know what I mean? Now, what I know what niggas do is, what brothers do is, they flood the toilet when the officers ain't fucking with them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what was going on. So they cut the water off on him. Now, he was already dehydrated probably because he also was going through some mental issues every so often. Some about anxiety. When his anxiety hit a certain point, dog, I mean, he get wild. You know what I'm saying? And that week, right before he got arrested, one of the little homies stole a car that he was driving. He was driving his partner car. He worked with his guy at a car lot, and this guy got a Benz. So he was driving, and one of the little homies in the hood took it, but he didn't know T-Buck was driving.
Oh, okay.
So the anxiety shot right up. T-Buck took off. You know what I'm saying? His levels wasn't right. He wound up popping one of the little homies. He went down to Potawatomi. You might remember this. When he shot up in the shot the ceiling out in Potawatomi, hollering out, "There's snakes in this motherfucker. Everybody get out. There's some snakes in here." He was talking about snake niggas and jack boys and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So he wound up going to jail. They locked him up after that.
Damn. Yeah, no, his mind wasn't right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it was wild, man. But like I say, I done saw so much cold shit. You know what I mean? Street shit ain't no fun. That shit ain't worth it. You know?
Yeah. So, like, during that time when you was locked up, like, what kept you mentally strong?
Well, the OGs in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? They holler at you. They school you. You know, they told me, look, stay busy. You know what I mean? Get you a regimen every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And stay busy. I wound up taking horticulture, one of the classes.
What is
you know
that?
What I'm saying? Horticulture is the biology of plants.
Oh.
Right? Now dig this. This is ironic as shit, man. I was laying on my bunk. I wasn't doing shit. I wasn't taking no class at least.
Okay.
Laying on my bunk, and they come to my room and they said, "Hey, Mr. Carter, you know, we see that you're voluntarily unassigned." And they told me, they said, "Well, that means that you don't have a job." And I'm like, "Well, I don't need to work. I don't want to work. I just want to do my time and go home.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't bothering nobody." He said, "Well, here at this prison, you either go to work, you go to school, or you go to the hole." So well, where the school at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I went up there and I'm looking for a class to jump into or something to get into. Horticulture was the only thing open.
Okay.
So I took that class. I had no clue that I was going to get off into herbs and shit.
Oh.
10 years later.
Okay.
After getting out of prison. So since I done took this class, I'm kind of interested in this shit a little bit now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I done learned a whole lot of terminology about plants, chlorophyll, that type of stuff. Now I know what chlorophyll is when I start working with herbs and the body and how, man, this shit was crazy. How it worked out together, you know what I'm saying? But that's how your life evolved. It turned you into who you're gonna be. That's why I say when we young, we don't quite know who we gonna be.
I agree.
You know what I mean? We don't know what we gonna go through. I didn't think I was gonna ever go to prison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But prison turned me. It fixed me, I wanna say. I got my mind right while I was
I want to
in
ask you
prison.
that because Charleston White said something. He felt like every black man. I don't want to word it right. I mean, word it wrong. But he said he think black men should go to prison. He feel like prison can, make a
Well,
black.
I say every black man that's causing this community harm.
Should go to prison.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you for the community, why not? You should feel like that. You know what I mean? If you here for the wellness of the community, the well-being of the community, you know what I mean? You want the elders to be able to go outside and walk the streets like they want to, the kids to be able to go play, you know what I mean? Well, then you should also want everybody who's harming the community to go to jail.
So you
And I'm saying that, you know what I mean, and it sucks, but it's just some real shit, right?
So-
Like,
so-
which side of the street are you on?
I want to ask
right?
you this: since you older and you wiser, what's your perspective of that no snitch rule? Do you still agree to that, or you?
I don't agree with it no more because I'm not on that side of the fence.
Okay.
Right now, if you in the game, you in the streets, snitch is a such a thing. It's a such thing. It's there. You know what I mean? Snitches are out there. But if you ain't committing crime, you a civilian out here. You ain't no snitch. You taking care of your community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't bring me in that shit. Don't let me in it, homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me about it, homie. I don't want to know. You know what I mean? If you still in it, that's you. Do that on your time, but don't bring it to me. Don't let me in on it. Don't let me be around while you doing your bullshit.
Right.
Respect me like I'm respecting you.
Yeah, I believe that's glorified. I don't say I believe I know, but in our community, that's glorified. You know, the no snitch rule. Then a lot of innocent people.
Yeah, a lot of innocent people. A lot more innocent people can be harmed.
Yeah, no, but I feel like a lot of innocent people be affected by that sometimes.
Say, oh yeah, definitely.
Because it's like you're not willing to snitch because you seen somebody get hurt, you're not willing to say something, then that person's in, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Or then how about this part too? You know what I mean? Like we all got people in our family. You know what I mean? That's doing shit.
Weird shit. Like, yeah.
But ain't nobody telling them to stop what you doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? They glorify them, brother. When it's a family member, they glorify 'em.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, that's so-and-so. He having money. You know what I mean? But you ain't talking about the dope, or whatever it is he doing to the community to get the money. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk about that.
No, they don't.
You know, and tell them to stop doing that shit. But you know what I mean? They happy when he come through to the picnic, you know what I mean, with all the drinks and the weed, and you know what I'm saying? So he glorified now, and you know what I mean? That kind of sucks. But it only sucks because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of our people in survival mode, and we need that money.
No, definitely. And this is what I want to ask you, too. What's the biggest difference in how you think now versus how you thought back then?
I think healthy now. I thought unhealthy back then. I think life-giving now. I thought life-harming then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a whole 180. You know what I mean? Everything I was about, I'm not. But I mean, I ain't saying I was a lousy dude. You know what I mean? It's just that I ain't want to stop a bunch of shit. I felt like I didn't know how, or I wasn't even thinking about it maybe.
I got it. And do you believe prison kind of saved your life?
Yeah. I do. I know a whole bunch of brothers too that feel the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know a bunch of brothers. Shout out to Ed Hennings. Ed Hennings did 20 years. He did 20 years. Got out, got a trucking service, you know what I mean, killing them on that. And now he got the first black-owned work boot company in the United States.
Okay.
He right there at the Sherman Phoenix, right next door to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You gotta put me on.
And like, you know what I mean? And that's why I say, you know what I mean? It's all about doing better, making yourself better, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pick one thing, start there, get consistent doing that one good thing, whether it's putting something nutritious in your life every day or taking a walk around the block. But always look for something to pick your life up with. You know what I mean? To upgrade your life with.
So what's something people will never guess about you today based on your past?
Well, that could be like a two-sided question. Because see, people from my past, a lot of people from my past that see me that hadn't seen me from then, it's like they see me now and I ain't nothing like I was back then. I'm talking different. I talk about different shit.
Yeah.
I call them on shit if I got to. Or if you know me now, you met me now, you would never know I've been through all the shit I done been through or seen the shit. You know what I mean? I done seen.
Yeah. I see. And
You never have an idea. Like a lot of time people get surprised when they wind up meeting people
right.
from my past. You know, like my lady, she never knew me back then. But then she get a chance all the time to run into brothers that knew me from back then. You know what I'm saying? And they remind her how much of a difference it is.
That's good. And you probably already answered this, but what made you not go back to your old lifestyle when you came home from prison? Because most people, they keep, making the same mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it took me a minute. It wasn't right away.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I got out, I got to my cleaning service. I mean, I was selling a little weed here and there, just a little bit. I wasn't doing much, you know what I mean? Supplying my own habit pretty much, but it wasn't nothing, you know what I'm saying, to do nothing. You know what I mean? I could have went back to prison for it, definitely. You know what I mean? But for the most part, when I got out of prison, I was focused. You know what I'm saying? I had a cleaning service when I got started. I got that thing from when I got out. My cousin was billing about $500 a month. I got it up to about $5,200 a month. You know what I mean? It was straight grind mode though.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't no time to do nothing else after that anyway. And that's something. Stay busy. Just stay busy.
That's good, man. 'Cause, I have a relative who, went to prison and they go back to jail, back and forth, and they like your age. One of my, I ain't gonna say who, but he like your age. He can't stay out. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud you for staying focused to, be on the right path. 'Cause I know it's not easy.
No, it's not easy, man.
Yeah. So
Stuff still anger you. People still anger you. It's just that, you know what I mean? I know better ways of dealing with it now. You know what I mean?
Right.
That emotional intelligence level done rose a bit. You know what I'm saying? Understanding my emotions and how to deal with them.
So I'm sorry, that's the wrong question. What's your message to those who judge people based on their past?
Well, be careful what you judge because you may be faced with those same options.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know what they went through to wind up where they at. You know, and we always got to be mindful of that. Even when I'm trying to tell somebody about doing better, I got to be mindful of what may have got them there. But I tell people this: don't talk about nobody about what they doing, unless you could tell them something better on what to do. Unless you could give them another option. You know what I'm saying? Then you could tell them about what they doing wrong. You know what I mean? Again, we always got people to point the finger at what somebody else doing wrong. But your intent got to be in the right place. And if your intent in the right place, you're going to tell them what to do better.
I agree. Because something my grandma says to me, she said, when you got one finger pointing at you, you got two fingers pointing at you back.
That's
or something
right.
like that.
Yep, three more.
I'm glad you said yeah. So, okay, so you being an OG, you being older, being wiser, why do you think young people are lost now?
I'm going to tell you, man, and a lot of brothers disagree with me when I say this. My generation, first off, we chose the different shit we did to go to prison. We chose to do that shit. I don't care how bad a situation somebody was in, we still chose to do what we did to go to prison. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of that, how we all went to prison, a lot of brothers went to prison back then, they also incorporated different laws to help brothers go to prison. You know what I'm saying? But like I try to hold accountability to us for going to prison back then.
Okay.
Because during that time, a lot of kids grew up without fathers, without men in their lives. You know what I mean? Now, it's a lot more reasons why, you know what I mean? But I like to point this one out because, again, I'm big on accountability.
Right.
And my place in it. You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, I wasn't gone for my kids' whole life. You know what I'm saying? I just went for a couple years. But I really feel like a lot of that has something to do with it. And by the brothers being gone in prison, You know what I mean? The mothers don't know how to teach these young boys how to deal with their emotions.
I agree to that.
You know what I'm saying? So they wind up dealing with them emotionally the way women would do it. You know what I mean? Now look, when men start hollering at men, it get violent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why men shouldn't be arguing with women. Because, see, when we talk, if it's a problem, it ain't going to get loud. We ain't going to get disrespectful unless we ready to go there.
Right.
You know what I mean? We going to sit down, we going to talk, and we going to figure a problem out. Men
Right.
know that because we understand how we think.
Right.
We think different.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I believe too. It's the music too, dog. That's what I think.
That too, a lot. That, like I said, it's a lot of different stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
no,
And then even on that note, I could put our generation on a lot of that too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The gangster rap started in our generation.
Yeah.
We started shoot 'em up, bang, bang.
Right.
You know what I mean? Kill that nigga. Fuck that nigga bitch. You know what I mean? All that disrespectful ass shit. We started that shit.
So why do you think?
And that's, hold on, let me say this though. But that's why I always say, you know what I mean, the music play a part in it today. Because I saw what it did back then. I see how it morphed. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got this too. Us back then, we always talked about MOB, money over bitches. Fuck her, we do, you know what I mean, disrespected women and shit. And then now look, where we at with the music, with the women that's running the game. Fuck a nigga, fuck him, fuck. It's cause and effect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a lady, I forgot her name. Back in the 90s, she tried to ban rap. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know who you talk. C. Dolores Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, C. Dolores Tucker.
And I see a lot of people was attacking her at that time. Documentaries I would watch.
Yeah, they was attacking her because she was attacking. She was a black lady, first of all.
Yeah.
Attacking young black men.
Yeah.
That's talking about their community.
So like looking back, you really don't blame her for even.
Well, I feel like she was wrong because even still, you know what I mean. Like when I hear the music, I look at the music. I feel like the music tell you what's wrong with people.
Okay.
It tell you about what's going on in the streets. You know what I'm saying? It tell you how people feeling. And when I hear the music nowadays, I feel like they sad. I feel like these youngsters are sad. You know what I mean? They hurt. They mad. You know what I'm saying? I can hear it in the music. You know what I mean? Even I think that's probably why they like the way that auto-tune things sound. You know what I mean? Because it really give that feeling more so.
Okay. So why do you think like young people idolize the street life?
I think it's just because it's glorified. You know what I mean? Like, first off, the girls want the niggas with the bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the only niggas with the bag is the niggas that's out here doing the foul shit to get the bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the brothers that don't want them women, they ain't doing that foul shit. Dig that.
Yeah.
The sisters got it fucked up first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, see, look, y'all picking the wrong ones. These niggas fun and all, but they ain't going to be around long.
Yeah.
How about that reality?
Yeah. No, for real, man. Just, yeah, no, shit. Some of these women,
Again, we got to vet.
Yeah.
Got to vet people. You know what I mean? Let's check these morals.
No, definitely. I want to ask you this. If you were given a room full of young boys from the hood right now, what would you tell them?
Find your passion. Find what you love to do. You know what I mean? Something that you could do every day and not feel like you working. And figure out how to monetize that. That's your business. That's how you gonna sustain the rest of your life. Find what you love. I used to think the herbs was my passion. You know what I mean? But I found out it ain't the herbs that's my passion. My passion is making people feel better. The herbs is just one of the lanes. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta find ways to monetize making people feel better, giving people inspiration, giving them hope. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
And we gotta find our passion. We gotta find what we love to do because that's our divine call. That's what we here on earth for. You know what I'm saying? We made out of the same molecules. I talk to people all the time about this. We made out of the same minerals as the trees, The trees do everything they supposed to do for nature.
Yeah.
God, the universe, the higher power, whatever you want to call it, give that tree everything it needs.
Yeah.
And then some. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
If we made out of the same thing, we the same way. Find your passion and do what you're passionate at.
Yeah.
Follow your heart. Usually, and it usually got something to do with helping somebody.
Yeah, definitely. And but before we even switch topics, I want to ask you this. You said something that I agree with. It seems like the word accountability been taken away from the community. What do you think the steps we can take to bring accountability back to the community?
Talk about it and show it. You know what I mean? People that know better, we got to do better. People that, you know what I mean, us older folks, we got to show accountability. We got to start being accountable for our actions.
Right.
And being vocal about it. I'm sorry for doing this. That's being accountable. You know what I'm saying? We just got to do more of that. When we disrespectful to each other, it ain't about being tough or showing that you making somebody think you a punk because you apologize. You know what I mean? No, I'm being smart. I don't want to go to prison. I don't want to have to do something to make me go to prison. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or to make you do something to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's being smart.
Definitely.
Let's just start owning up to how we act. You know what I mean? And then even with disrespect, I feel like sometimes we take that too far. Like, so what? Dog said that.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Clock's still ticking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Time goes on, even still.
Definitely.
Why I gotta crash out?
Definitely. No, definitely. You are vegan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what made you put the meat down? Was it after prison or?
Well, yeah, it was after prison. Studying our culture, first off, right, is what I was doing.
Yeah.
At the same time, for some reason, I was tired of eating the same shit. I was tired of burgers, tired of chicken, tired of, you know what I mean, the fries, the same thing over and over and over every day. So I was studying our culture, and then I get off into the holistic part.
Oh, okay.
Of the culture. And then start talking about what the food doing to you. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now with my family, like my mother gone, my father, grandparents, aunties, uncles, you know what I'm saying? And just about all of them passed from different illnesses.
All based off what they were putting in their body.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I took notice to it. And see, I was going through grief myself. My mother died right before I went to prison.
Oh, damn.
You know what I
real?
mean? Yeah. So I was going through a lot of grief all at the same time. And I started realizing, like, man, wait a minute, if I could have known this stuff, you know what I mean? Maybe I could have helped, or I could have, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then I felt like, well, if I couldn't do it for my people, well, maybe I could help somebody else. So I started talking about the different stuff. I started creating herbs and mixes and, you know what I mean, drinking them myself. People around me was looking like I'm crazy because back then, wasn't nobody on that shit.
And I want to ask you this too, because I be having this problem. Like when I be like trying to talk to our people, I'm like, hey man, you should change your diet, put the meat down. I'm getting looked at as crazy, right? Was that like that for you?
Yeah, I did. Yep, exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? I just got to a point where it's like, you know what? I'm gonna stop telling people what to do unless they get real sick and they asking me what to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They know what I do. I demonstrate it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the best way to teach it. That's why I said old people, older folks, OGs, we got to teach accountability by doing it. You know what I mean? The only way young people gonna believe you is if you doing what you teach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why kids don't believe motherfuckers, because like we tell them what we know better, but then if we doing bullshit ourselves, nigga, what the fuck I'm gonna believe you for?
No, for real. No, you gotta practice what you preach.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's what it is. So being a vegan, you just start doing it. And what happens is people tend to see you getting better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They start seeing you doing better. They start seeing you looking better. You start making better decisions. Because one of the things to making better decisions is feeding your brain. You know what I mean? Your brain is another organ, and all your organs need minerals for it to thrive.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? The burgers, the chicken, the French fries, all that shit don't feed your brain nothing.
Yeah.
Ain't no minerals in that.
Nah, it's not, man. And you being a vegan, this is something I learned. Before I even tell you about myself, how long you been vegan?
Man, I've been vegan for 9 years.
Damn, 9 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, so I've been vegan for 5 years. I don't like consider myself vegan, but I say I'm more like plant based. I was not eating a lot of plant based food. I was eating a lot of like Beyond Meat, Impossible Meat, and that shit fucked me up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you know the term, just the terminology, the names
But
and
no,
all
but
that
see,
type.
but I'm bringing that up to say is that what foods do you eat to get the minerals? Because
Salads
Because see, like
and
for
fruits.
yeah, because see, I was eating on a lot of Beyond Meat, and I didn't know nothing about minerals and none of that. You know what I'm saying? Until now. So because a lot of vegans they feel sluggish, and I was one of them. But I realized because I was eating on a lot of processed vegan food, I wasn't eating on the
You got to
mushrooms
get
and
your
chickpeas.
salads. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
got to get your salads because see, they taught us to look for protein,
yeah,
and you know what I mean. Like vegan lifestyle, it ain't no damn protein really. You think about it, protein was a made up word. You know, protein is non-existent. Amino acids are real.
okay.
I mean, you may have heard people talk about amino acids
I
as
heard of
being
that.
proteins.
I heard of that. I heard of that.
You eat the amino acids, your body turn the amino acids into the different proteins that you need. You know what I mean? You get amino acids from green leafy plants
Yeah,
for the most part.
yeah,
So you eat more salads, more dark green salads. You know what I'm saying? More dark green leaves.
yeah, yeah. And one of the things you know,
All right, one more thing. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but while I'm on the dark green leaves, you know, when I was just talking about chlorophyll, what I learned back in prison, you know, chlorophyll, the molecule in chlorophyll is the same exact molecule you got in your blood.
okay,
Same exact, come from a plant. Only difference is in the center of the plant molecule, you got magnesium. In the center of your blood molecule, you got iron. And that's why you also need to get iron.
oh, okay,
The iron and the chlorophyll go
Yeah.
together.
yeah,
You see how that works?
Yeah.
And the way we eat, we don't do that.
nah.
Then you also see a lot of big vegans, fat vegans and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you do.
They mix those proteins with starches. Protein and starch swell your stomach up. You know what I mean? And usually the starch is processed food.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we got to start. We got to think about that. And first off, understand proteins and understand that you ain't supposed to do them with the processed food. Get your amino acids. You make salads.
yeah, definitely. By you taking sea moss, how does your body feels?
Man, my body feel great. I've been taking sea moss for years. I don't even know what it's like not to feel like it.
Yeah, I've been slacking, and I can tell the major difference when I'm not on it, when I am on it.
Right. It's just a part of my lifestyle.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? At the store, everything I got is part of the lifestyle. All the stuff I make, you know what I mean? It comes from me doing this at home for myself and my family.
yeah, definitely.
All the different products, you know what I mean? Even the supplements that I got is different stuff that I've done or, you know what I mean, or do.
Yeah. So anybody? Oh, no, I'm not gonna ask you that way. From your perspective, why do you think people should take sea moss?
Well, I say because it's the fountain of youth. It help keep you young. It restore everything.
Yeah.
Keep you fresh. Keep the mucus moving out your body.
And do you think people can take sea moss if they chicken and burgers and stuff like that?
Yep, I would. I
Okay.
would tell them to. You know, like I wouldn't expect no kind of healing or nothing like that, but it can definitely still help you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because see, it also boosts your immune system.
Yeah.
Your metabolism is good for your gut health. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it can help keep the stuff moving like it's supposed to.
Yeah, but I don't think my opinion, just in my opinion, I don't think you will receive the full results.
Well, you ain't gonna receive the full results.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? That's why I said I wouldn't expect no kind of healing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But you get some benefits.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Because I see people every day. You know what I mean? I see people and I know how they eat. And they come get this sea moss and I done seen changes. I done seen stuff, so.
Okay. Okay, definitely, man. And one of my last questions, you really big into herbs, right? So I asked one this, I'm gonna ask you this. What is your favorite herb that you like to take?
Sea moss.
Oh, sea moss?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man, me too.
Sea moss.
Yeah, okay. No, definitely, man. No, I like sea moss, man, because, like, for me, like, when I take it, like, I feel energetic. My anxiety not really high. And, I mean, not to say too much, I'd be like a rabbit.
I just say,
You know what I
it
mean?
definitely, it's good for your libido too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I done seen it help people. Like I knew a sister that was pregnant. She wanted to do a home birth, and the doctor told her she couldn't do a home birth because her mineral count wasn't right. I started pumping her these sea moss smoothies. You know what I'm saying? And making sure she was drink these. And then she wound up coming back and telling me, the doctor told me my numbers is great. You know what I mean? So she wound up having that baby. And after she had the baby, she started making a Similac for that baby, right? Not Similac, but a baby milk with the sea moss. And man, look, the baby's 4. She was speaking 3 languages.
Damn.
Like, I don't, maybe the baby was just smart, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta say, the sea moss help, you know what I'm
Definitely,
saying?
man.
But what I do know is it is good for brain development.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's made out of everything you made out of. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah. Definitely, man. So this is my last question, man. If someone listening right now and they feel lost, just like you once did, what's one truth you want to leave with them?
Let me see. You said if somebody felt lost was one truth I want to lead to them.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
I got one. This is 100% true. You can find me. Just come to the store. Find a way to get in touch. Shoot me an email, something, you know what I'm saying? Just holler at me. I'll see if I talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See what I know, if what I know can help you. If what I know can't help you, I'll point you in the right direction.
Okay. But what if somebody who ain't even from here, who don't live here, they just come across this video, they listen to you talk. What's your advice for them who feeling lost and feeling misguided?
Okay. Misguided. See, that's hard. You see, usually if you misguided, you got to find somebody that is guided,
Yeah.
who can provide some guidance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I say reach out to me. Call me. I'm a phone call away. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes all you need is to talk. You got to reveal it to heal it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes all you need is somebody to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely, man. No, definitely. Well, man, that's all the questions I have, man. What can real people can find you at in Milwaukee?
Okay, you can find me on Facebook, Kamar Carter. You can find me on Instagram, Kamar Carter. You can find me on TikTok, Kamar Carter, or the Witch Doctor. You could call me, 414-949-2122. You want to put a package together, you know what I'm saying? You call me, we put it together, I'll ship it out to you. Or if you're in Milwaukee, you could just pull right on up to the House of Vitality. It's inside the Sherman Phoenix at 3536 West Fond du Lac Avenue.
Already, man. I appreciate you coming, dog. You definitely a testimony. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you came,
Thank
man.
you,
I
thank you.
really
I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, man. This
is fun.
Yeah, man. This is one of my favorite interviews. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad.
No doubt, man. I'll come back if you want me to.
Oh, hell yeah. Definitely.
If I can find somebody interested
Oh, definitely.
to come holler at you too.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely.